Welcome students to this class. Students, we have already learned the first six stanzas of the poem The Solitary Reaper. Last class we have studied the song of the girl is thrilling. The song of the girl is very enchanting. The poet is greatly attracted by the sweet voice of the girl. The poet is so attracted that he started comparing the song of the girl with the sweet voice of the cuckoo and nightingale. The poet cannot understand the song of the girl because the girl was singing in her local language. But the poet can guess from its sad tune that the song probably relates to some unhappy memory or some battles fought long ago. The poet also feels that the song may be about the day to day affairs. So, we have studied all these in the last class. Now, today we will study the seventh stanza of the poem. Students, let us see the seventh stanza. The seventh stanza is like this. Whatever the theme the maiden sang, as if her song could have no ending, I saw her singing at her work and over the sickle bending. Once again, whatever the theme the maiden sang, as if her song could have no ending, I saw her singing at her work and over the sickle bending. Over, this is the over the sickle bending. So, this is the seventh stanza of the poem, The Solitary Reaper. Let us see the unfamiliar words in the seventh stanza. One is the unfamiliar words, one is theme. Theme means subject matter, theme. What is the theme of the song of the girl? Theme. Another word is sickle. Look at the picture. This is the picture of a sickle. Sickles, a tool used for cutting grass or paddy. You must have seen this tool. This tool is used for cutting grass or paddy. Look at the picture. The girl is bending over her sickle. Who is bending over her sickle? The girl. The girl is bending over her sickle and the girl is cutting grain. The girl is bending over her girl. So these two words are the unfamiliar words in the seventh stanza of the poem. Let us see the summary of the seventh stanza. The poet says that whatever may be the theme of the song, the girl sings very sweetly. The poet feels that the song of the girl is very sweet. Whatever may be the theme of the song of the girl, because the poet cannot understand the language in which the girl is singing, but the poet can make a guess. The poet, he feels that the girl's song has no end. It has no end and it will continue forever. The poet feels the girl's song has no end and it will continue forever. The poet sees the girl singing as she bends over her sickle. The girl is bending over her sickle and is cutting the grain. This is the summary of the seventh stanza of the poem. Let us see the eighth stanza, the last stanza of the poem. The eighth stanza is like this. I listened motionless and still. I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore. The music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. Once again, I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. This is the eighth stanza. Students, let us see the unfamiliar words. In the stanza, one is motionless. Motionless means unmoving or without any movement. Motionless, without any motion. Static. Still. Still means quiet or spellbound. Still. Another is mounted up. Mounted up means climbed up. Mounted up. Mounted up means climbed up. The poet William Wordsworth climbed up the hill. Bear. Another is bear. Bear here has been used as a verb. Bear means carry. Carry. The poet bore the song of the girl in his heart. The poet carried the song of the girl in his heart. Bear, its second form is bore and its third form is burn. Bear, bore, burn. These are the unfamiliar words in the 8th stanza of the poem. Students, let us see the summary of the 7th stanza. The summary of the 8th stanza. The song of the girl was so sweet and melodious that it made the poet motionless and still. That means the poet remained spellbound. The poet remained motionless to enjoy the sweet music of the girl. When the poet started mounting the hill, it means when the poet climbed up the hill, the song of the girl could not be heard. ଶୁଣାଗଲା नहीं ଆଉ ସେ ଝିଅର ଗୀତ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଶୁଣାଗଲା नहीं because he mounted up the hill. But the song of the girl left an indelible mark on the poet's heart. Indelible mark, the mark which cannot be erased. The song of the girl left an indelible mark on the poet's heart. For the poet, it would always remain as a fresh memory, giving him everlasting joy. So the sweet music of the girl comes to the mind of the poet again and again, and the poet gets everlasting joy. So that's why it is rightly said that a thing of beauty is a joy forever. So the poem shows how the appeal of the music is universal. The poem shows how the appeal of the music is universal. So these are the 8 stanzas of the poem. Students, I think you all should understand the poem. Let us answer some questions. First questions. What does the poet mean to say as if her song could have no meaning? What does it mean as if her song could have no meaning? Why does the poet say so? The poet feels the song contains an everlasting universal theme that recycles. The poet feels that the song contains an everlasting universal theme, the theme which is applicable to all. So that's why the poet says, as if her song could have no meaning. Second question, what is the girl bending over? The girl is bending over her sickle and cutting crops. Third question, what makes the poet motionless and still? Why was the poet motionless and still? The rich melodious voice of the girl. The girl was singing so sweetly, so melodiously that the poet became motionless and still to enjoy the music of the girl. That means the rich melodious voice of the girl makes the poet motionless and still. Fourth question, why couldn't the poet hear the girl sung anymore? Why couldn't the poet hear the girl sung anymore? କାହିଁକି ଶୁଣି ପାରିଲେନି? Because he climbed up the hill. He climbed up the hill, so he could not hear the girl sung anymore. Next question. What did the poet carry in his heart? The poet carried the sweet music of the girl in his heart. Though the voice of the girl was not heard to the poet, but the poet kept the music of the girl in his heart, and it gave him everlasting pleasure. Last question. How does the song affect the poet? How does the song affect the poet? The poet enjoys the beauty of the song that lingers in his mind, touches his heart, giving him a everlasting joy. The song